Hello folks, this is Sula speaking, and you're watching a commentary video on League of Legends. This video featuring Kayle, and it's part 3. Now, for some reason, Cole wasn't with us, and Cole got caught down on the river. I'm not sure why that was. I don't know why you weren't with us, Cole. So, unfortunately, we've already lost a member of our team before we even get started, and now their team is all around us, and I'm trying to go for Veigar, but he uses a very nice Event Horizon. And meanwhile, their whole team just immediately kills Lurker, and now they're focusing Donsky, and now I've been stunned, and Mostly Harmless is in the back and not really doing anything, and this is just a very, very bad team fight on our part. From the very beginning, when Cole, instead of going through the jungle with the rest of us, and yeah, Mostly Harmless is stunned, and is he going to be able to get out of this? Looks like he might be able to go Mostly Harmless. And on the chat, I was like, Mostly Harmless, you have rocket jump. Just jump over the wall. They won't be able to hit you. And so then there, finally it goes. Yeah, just a very bad fight for all of us from the very beginning. Cole, when you know the enemy team's around us, you got to stick with us. You can't just go walking out on the river by yourself. That was part of the problem. And then we got surrounded by the other team, and our whole positioning was bad. All of us, myself included. I'm not trying to spare myself. That was a mistake. And then Cole comes forward and just gets annihilated by the enemy team. Yeah, so you need to be positioned behind the tower there, Cole. You were too far forward, and it was just way too easy for them to kill you. So I'm trying to get Veigar here. I can see that the Veigar on the other team is running, and I'm hoping to get him, but it looks like he's going to get away, but the other team's Annie gets into a bad position. And so, nope, now Veigar comes back to fight. Are we going to be able to get him? Maybe I should have gone for him instead. I used my slow on Misfortune, and I'm able to kill her, but it looks like the Veigar on the other team managed to get away. Now the Ashe on the other team is trying to backdoor us. Mostly Harmless comes out to try to fight her. And now we're going to try to cut her off. And I actually take a terrible angle on the pursuit. Donsky, you had the right angle on the pursuit, which was up the river. So Donsky, you definitely played this better than I did. Very well done. Donsky correctly cuts her off. And you can see Donsky has her cornered here and pops her up in the air with Blitzcrank. Then I'm able to get in my slow, and together all of us get the kill easily. Mostly Harmless, not a good use of your ultimate there. Notice by blasting Ashe back, you almost cost us the kill. So you have to be careful with that. You almost shot the enemy away from us. I mean, it turned out not to matter, but it could have been very dangerous. And now all of us are here, and we've just killed a bunch of people on the enemy team. So I tell the rest of the team, let's go for the Baron. This is a good time to do it. Cole's going to teleport in and join us. Much of the other team is dead. They're even if they have a ward here, it's going to be tough for them to intercept us and get up here. So you can see Baron's almost dead, and in comes the enemy team's Annie. So now they know we're here, but we've got Baron dead. And I was like, all right, they're going to be coming. Get out of here. Don't fight. Go, go, go. And you know, for whatever reason, it looks like that's not working because Lurker gets killed. And then Cole somehow gets trapped behind the enemy team, and so now Cole's running through their jungle, and I'm really not quite sure exactly what happened. I mean, you saw me just sort of walk out of there with no issues, but now 2 members of our team are going to get killed, and so we're going to lose much of the benefit of getting Baron Nashor there. So that was unfortunate. But Mostly Harmless, I don't know what you're doing down there by yourself killing minions. The rest of the enemy team's going to come out. I mean, you have to know that they were right over there by the Baron. You needed to go back and heal because we all just got injured. So Mostly Harmless is going to get stunned by Event Horizon, and then Annie's going to drop her stunned, and Mostly Harmless gets killed. That really was not needed, MH. That was the time to go back and heal. There's just no reason to go forward by yourself like that to kill minions there when you know the enemy team's around us. So anyway, now we've gotten 3 people killed there, pretty needlessly, I have to say. Not trying to be too hard, but we really didn't need to have those deaths there. So anyway, Misfortune's trying to backdoor us, but I can see it coming, so I'm just going to kill the minions, and that's no big deal. Now, I don't know where the rest of the team is. I can see Ashe is in the bottom lane, but I know that the rest of the team are in the area, so I'm not surprised that they're going to come up. And so now there's 3 of them here, going to try to get me, but I'm going to pop off my invulnerability shield and just calmly retreat, calmly back off. and give it time for the rest of us. So you see, even though 3 of them jumped me here, I have no problem getting away from getting out of that situation. Even though they stunned me, you know, able to escape pretty easily. So you know, if sometimes there's nothing you can do, but in other situations, it's just a matter of not panicking and using the skills that you have. I mean, I didn't have to ghost out of there or anything. So anyway, just let's see. Now the rest of the team, we can see they're over by the river. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing there. Maybe they're putting up their own ward on the river. Not a pink one, evidently. So we're going to head back towards mid and see if we can confront them somewhere over there. In the meantime, we're heading through our jungle, and it doesn't look like there's anyone on their team trying to intercept. I said maybe we should go for this Blitzcrank because it looks like he's kind of out there by himself, just fighting minions, but he backs off, and that seemed like the wise decision. Still, yeah, we have to be a little careful because we can't see anyone on their team. We don't know where they are, and that's always a dangerous situation. You always want to know where the team is. I threw an ward into the bushes there because I thought they might be up there. We had last seen them by the river. Anyway, since we can't see them, I tell a team, okay, well if they're not gonna come out and fight us, let's just push and grab this tower. Should be all 5 of us should be able to get this tower pretty quickly. So we're able to get the tower, and then I'm like, all right, get out of here, guys, get out of here, don't fight. Should be able to get out of here. Anyway, Annie takes a lot of damage, so I ignite her, and we're able to get that kill pretty quickly, easily. Kayle, unfortunately, has been killed, and they're dropping their skills all over the place. I'd love to use my ultimate on Donsky, but I just used it on myself. So yeah, their Blitzcrank gets in a nice grab, so Donsky gets killed. But we did kill their Annie, so 2 kills for 1 and a tower. That's not that bad. Unfortunately, they're getting in some stuns, and really, I was a little bit surprised why we had so many issues here. Now, Lurker, again, I'm not exactly sure what was happening here. I'm not sure why they were able to get that kill so easily. So now they've gotten 3 kills to 1 of ours, and that's actually not a good exchange. I mean, you can maybe exchange 2 for 1, but 3 for 1 is no good. So now they're going to come up against us here, and now they're going to be pushing in to get our base. But they're you know, this is not a great situation for them either. They don't have that many minions, and they've taken a lot of damage themselves. So I'm not too worried. They'll get in some shots on our tower here, but it's not really in any danger of falling at this point in time. And then their Blitzcrank gets in a nice rocket, nice grab of me, and that actually is enough to get a kill on me. So I was pretty surprised. I wasn't expecting that Blitzcrank to grab me through the wall, but he did, and nicely done. So kudos to the Blitzcrank on the other team. Kayle, you just kind of stood there in the dark matter of the enemy team's Vygar. I think you should have been able to dodge that. You just kind of stood there. So you got to be aware of the Vygar's his meteor type thing, his attack. Anyway, I wanted to go next for Zanya's because the ability power works very well for Kayle. It makes her spells stronger, and it also adds attack damage due to her passive. So I'm going to sell 1 Sight Ward, buy the Needlessly Large Rod, which is one of the ingredients of Zanya's, and then hopefully get back into the fight as soon as possible because, yep, they're still pushing on our front door. But they've taken a lot of damage too. And Donsky gets off a nice rocket grab, but I think it's actually blocked by a Banshee's Veil on the other team. I think that's why it didn't do anything. Meanwhile, we're fighting back and forth pretty inconclusively. And so I'm going to charge out here, and I get my first kill on Misfortune. The other team is still sticking around, so now I'm going to stun Vygar and then follow that up and kill him. I drop my invulnerability shield on Donsky because he was close to getting killed. Kayle gets killed again. I'm not exactly sure what was happening there, so now I'm going to go after Annie because she's very squishy. And once again, I get my 3rd kill in a row here in this fight, which is going quite well for us. Now we're going to pursue, and for no apparent reason, the Ashe on the other team is sticking around to fight minions. I have no idea what she's doing. I'm going to use my speed up on Donsky in the hopes that he can catch up to Ashe, and indeed, the extra speed does help him catch up. So now I'm going to pop off my slow, and are we going to be able to get her? Nope, but we are able to get Blitzcrank. So now Ashe is just barely alive, and I'm going to use my speed up, Reckoning once again on Donsky in the hopes that he can chase over there and get Ashe. And I actually said to Donsky, you're not going to be able to catch up to her, just let her go. But Donsky does get her, so well done, Donsky. Shows what I know. Very nice kill. Now here we've got sort of a couple different choices. We can choose to push forward into the enemy team's base, but the problem is we've all taken a lot of damage from that last fight. And the other problem is, remember, 3 people on their team have revived, so that means that they are going to come back to life immediately. They're not going to have to wait the extra 40 seconds or so. So ultimately, I decided we should probably just head back to base here. I don't think we're going to be able to get into their base. Was that the right call? I don't know. I'm not sure. It might have been better to actually attempt to get into their base, but that was a decision I made, and in any case, we just would have to live with it. One thing though, Donsky, you took forever to recall back to base. You can see all the rest of us are already healed and ready to go, and you're still just recalling for the first time. I'm not exactly sure why that was the case. So if we're all going to recall back to base, you should probably do that with the rest of us. I'm not sure where the enemy team is, so I'm going to go over here and explore. And oh, that's a mistake. Let's get out of there. Get out of there, Kayle. Fortunately, I dropped my invulnerability shield, and that is enough to get me out of there. And the other team wastes a lot of their ultimates in that particular fight. So even though I took a lot of damage, that was pretty good result, all things considered. Unfortunately, Mostly Harmless got killed. Again, I'm not 100% why. MH, I'm not sure why. If once you saw that happen, I mean, you obviously shouldn't chase me into a situation where all 5 of them are waiting. So it wasn't on my screen. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but that might possibly have been another kill that we could have avoided. So now they're going to push forward once again on our mid tower. So we're going to come forward, and we're able to kill Misfortune, but she has a Banshee's or a Guardian Angel, so she's going to come back to life. When she does come back to life, we're going to kill her. However, that did allow the enemy team's Vygar to slip away with just a little bit of health left, which is really unfortunate because he has had a Magi Soul Stealer for the whole game, and he's got a ton of stacks on it, and it really would have been nice to get a kill on him. So it's definitely unfortunate that he slipped away with just a little bit of life left. Cole, I'm not exactly sure how you got killed again in that fight. Something happened that I wasn't watching. I have to go up here to the top lane because there's all these minions coming after our tower here. So fortunately, now you can see, now that Kayle has her Rage Blade, now that I have some more points in all her skills, you can see that she just mows her way through this wave of minions. Like I said, Kayle, very strong later in the game, but quite weak early in the game. Excuse me. Once she has her Rage Blade and her Nashor's Tooth, though, you really have to watch out for Kayle because these items kind of complement her perfectly. Anyway, we're up to the end of this video, so check back again in part 4 for the conclusion of this video, and we'll see how it all turns out. Thanks for watching.